Well, it is now just past 20. That's 11 o'clock in the morning in Gaza, where Israel has intensified and expanded its land, air and sea attacks since a week-long ceasefire expired on Friday morning. Air raids have struck several neighborhoods in Gaza City on Saturday. Rescue crews there say they no longer have the working machinery to search for survivors under the rubble. And the death toll is rising again. At least 200 Palestinians have now been killed in these renewed Israeli attacks. The Gaza Health Ministry says more than 15,000 Palestinians have been killed since October the 7th. While Israeli forces have struck areas in southern Gaza particularly hard in what appears to be an expanding offensive. Palestinians who were forcibly displaced from their homes in the north have now been ordered to move even further south. Well, Hind Kudari is in Deir al-Balah in the central Gaza Strip. Hind, Israel seems to have picked up just where it left off. Can you tell us how people there are feeling? I mean, everything's just started all over again.
Well, let me start with the latest update where the Israeli forces have been raiding Khan Yunis, the middle area where we are right now, and the center of the Gaza City. There has been a couple of injuries transferred to this hospital where I am right now. There have been dozens of people injured, and the ambulances are coming in and out. Palestinians and people in the Gaza Strip are very frustrated after the Israeli forces published a map where they're separating the Gaza Strip into blocks and numbers. Palestinians right now, they don't know how they're going to deal with this map, because most of the people do not have electricity and they also do not have internet. At the same time, people do not know where to go. They don't know where to go. More than 1 million Palestinians evacuated from the northern area to the south, and it's packed right now in the south. So after that, people are asking, they don't know. I think there is an injury right now. 2 ambulances right now entered the Al-Shuhada Al-Aqsa hospital, and this is an explosion we heard a couple of minutes ago. We're trying to see what the injuries are, but the shelling is not stopping. Continuous explosions in different areas. Gunboats have been opening fire, and the F-16s and the artillery. So this is the scene right now behind me in the Gaza Strip.
Hind, you're talking about these ongoing bombardments. Can you tell us about the pattern of bombing you've been seeing? Do people there feel that this is paving the way for an expanded Israeli ground offensive? Will we be seeing those tanks moving south?
Okay, so let's start with the north, where in Jabalia, Beit Lahia, there are ongoing airstrikes right now. And we're also talking about the city in Al-Jallat neighborhood and Al-Sheikh Radwan. And in the middle area where we are right now, there have been non-stop explosions all night and right now, and we are seeing ambulances entering the hospital. Well, let's move to the south, where also there have been a couple of buildings and residential areas targeted by the Israeli forces. There has been non-stop explosions across the Gaza Strip in different areas, and people are still told to evacuate. People are asking us, where should we evacuate? Should we go? They can't go back to the north because it's separated, and the north is completely isolated on the south, and people are now fearing an isolation between the southern area and the middle area in the Gaza City. People don't know where to go. Everywhere is packed. We're talking about hospitals, schools, UN facilities. People have been seeking refuge in these areas, and other people from the north also seek refuge in their families' houses or their friends' houses. So we're talking about an area, Khan Yunis, where there were 200,000 people living there. Right now, there are more than 1 million people seeking refuge in Khan Yunis, one of the biggest cities in the southern area, and they're still called and warned to evacuate. So now what will happen is the Israelis will call the block number number on the map and will, like, for example, they're going to tell people in block Z, you have to move to block Y. But at the end of the day, yesterday, they warned people to evacuate to Rafah, but at the same time, Rafah was being bombed. So people feel helpless, they're frustrated, they're full of despair. They're literally telling us there is nowhere place safe and we don't know where to go.
I'm sure. Hind Khudari there for us in the central part of the Gaza Strip. Thank you so much, Hind, and please stay safe.